So this one is about the world being completely awful for dating. And I'm going to share basically what happened with me and how I met my husband at 50. And I'm hopeful that this gives you some hope because this was back in 2021. I was 50 years old and I met my now husband. I was 50, he was 56. Now I'm 54, he's 60, and we're married. So the thing is this. It is really, really difficult for people to meet people when they don't leave their houses. There is such a problem now with a lack of social interaction. Like, you have people who don't even interact with family, let alone have friends and just people to hang out with. Back in the day, you would have your little crew of 4 or 5 people that you could always call and be like, what are you up to this weekend? What do you got going on? There was always plans. There was always some concert to go to, some show, some comedy show, some kind of something, some restaurant to check out. And what happened to people? I think after COVID, people went loony in the toonie and they are just not social anymore. I, for one, will say, thank God that I met my husband in 2021 because we are super antisocial now. Like, we have this beautiful home, we have our dog, we have our pool, we have barbecue. Like, we like cooking. We are looking out at dinners out and we're like, there's maybe 3 places that we go to, if that, because the service is crap. The quality is crap. Food completely changed. The dining out experience changed significantly in the last 4 years, I'll say. Things just got insanely expensive for the value of what you're getting. So husband and I want to like do a date night, go somewhere, have a good time. And we're like, where are we going? Where are we going? Everything is boring. No one is out. Now, I live in Sarasota, Florida. It's a very old, boring town. Like, I don't mean the town is old. I mean the demographic of the people here in Sarasota, Florida are old. So if you're contemplating moving to Sarasota, Florida, and you are not, like, I'm 54, husband is 60, and we're sitting here saying this place is old. But we're very, like, young for our age, like, young spirited. So I used to live in Miami, Florida. I don't know if many of you follow me and you've seen my videos from Miami. And I moved to the west side of Florida when COVID happened. And my mother and my stepfather moved down from New York, and I wanted to be close to them as well. So point of this whole thing is that as a life coach and a dating and relationship coach specifically, I am talking to people from all ages, all over the country, and they are not social. They're like, where do you go to meet people? You can't meet people. And the thing is this, no one is talking to one another. Right? Nobody is interacting. They're all with their heads down on their phone. So when you are out in public and there is an opportunity to meet people, put your phone away. And you will see, if you put your phone away, you will start to notice people that they're all up in their technology. Like, I have this client and she oftentimes goes and sits at coffee shop with her laptop to do some work, and even she'll like have meetings with clients there. And she's like, it's amazing how we can just sit in a coffee shop and have things in our ears, technology, music, whatever, and the laptop in front. There's an entire world going on around you, and you don't see it because you're in your own little bubble of technology. It's terrible. It's terrible. Like, go for a walk in nature on a hiking trail or whatever, and like, don't have earbuds in your ears. Just listen to the trees and the air moving things and the birds and the nature. What is wrong with people is that technology is making us zombies, antisocial zombies. And we don't know how to interact with people. We don't know how to strike up conversation. We don't know how to handle it when somebody even approaches us politely. We have these videos out there of women screaming at men for no reason at all. These men just come over to say hello, to be polite, to introduce themselves politely, and they're met with this wrath, unnecessary rudeness, being called names, all of this ridiculousness. Now, true, I do believe a lot of these videos are posed, fake, staged propaganda. But I also talk to a lot of men out there, and they have confirmed that they've had that experience. And so they don't even approach women anymore at all. And if you look at the last decade, all the things that happened with Me Too movement and feminism and all this nonsense, because really that's what it is nonsense. And I'm going to get all the haters coming for me about, oh, sexual harassment isn't nonsense. I agree. There's no place for that. However, there is no place for a woman to be berating a man in a restaurant because he just wanted to come over and say, hi, my name is Charles. I couldn't help but notice you're just lovely ladies. I wanted to come and say hello. Nothing wrong with that. And then don't complain that, oh, there aren't any good guys anywhere. There aren't any good guys. Now, let's be clear. There are two types of women in the West. And right now, the wretched feminists are the ones getting all the attention across all the social media, right? So when you see the red pills, they're all talking about women. They're talking about feminists. They're not talking about women like me. Feminine women. Pleasant, happy, chill, knows how to nurture myself, body, mind, and soul, helps other women to do the same, respectful of my husband, appreciative of all we have, love our life, love him, love our dog, love every inch of everything we have. Appreciation, nothing more but that. Gratitude, appreciation. Right? We cook together, we have a good time, we hang out, watch TV, the vibe, right? But when I was 50, I had a social life. And this was COVID. This was like 2021. People just coming out of COVID. Granted, I was in Florida, so people didn't care here. People were like, it's bullshit. We're going out. We're partying. We're doing our thing. So in 2021 is when I met my now husband at the age of 50. So I don't want to hear anything about women saying like, oh, I'm too old for love. It's too old. I'm too old. Bullshit. It's your mindset. And I'm sorry to say it, but since COVID, in the last couple of years, people have gotten into some funk in their mindset and they can't shake it off. And the loneliness epidemic, guys are peaceful alone. Guys are chilling. They're like, dude, I go on my boat, I fish, I do my life. They don't want complications. They don't want women bringing them drama and bullshit. They certainly don't want to hear about you and your friends and the bullshit gossip of your friend circle of women. They don't want to hear any of that shit. None. So the problem is that people just can't relate to one another. I'm just ranting out here. I don't know if you relate to this. Comment in the comments. What have you seen as far as meeting people in the wild, meeting people not on dating apps? Is it difficult? Where do you go to be social? Do you have groups, clubs, things that you're interested in, things that you participate in where you can meet higher quality people, right? Do you feel like meeting people just in general is trickier and harder now? So husband and I went on a vacation to Wyoming earlier this month. So we're June 2025 for the purposes of this video. And while we were there, interestingly, we were at a breakfast location and it was great, breakfast place, little coffee, eggs, the whole thing. And next to us was this man, this couple, whatever. And my husband started a conversation with the guy. I don't know, somehow conversation started, but by chance, in Wyoming, we met people, this couple, who only lives like less than an hour away from us in Tampa. So we exchanged numbers. I'm in touch with this woman. I'm texting her, staying in touch with her because we made plans to go out to dinner. And why is that? Because husband and I are trying to find couples to hang out with. So we have a few, we want more, but it's not easy. Like, people have their things to do. And it's just fascinating to me because we have become so siloed and so alone and isolated. There are people who will have plans with friends and then be like, yeah, I don't feel like going. And they'll sit in their house and scroll on social media instead of go out with your friends. They'll rather interact with strangers scrolling on their phone than going out with their actual friends in real life. So like, what does this say about people? So again, I don't know. Comment in the comments. I'm Lisa, the Love Coach. I have a company called Love Quest Coaching. I post content about life, personal development, divorce, reinventing your life, but making friends, having a social life, all the things that make the people human and alive and, happy, right? This is what it's about. We have a low vibe. There's a low vibe happening and it needs to change, right? It really needs to change. Like this, I feel like humanity, we're just on technology way too much. And I don't know, I was out in Wyoming and I reduced my social media activity in that vacation, I'd say by like 80%. Like I literally was just taking pictures of beautiful scenery, walking, hiking, seeing cool stuff. And then later I'd post what we were doing. We'd do, my husband and I, these fun videos, like look where we are, whatever. And I would post this on Facebook mainly and like Instagram. But that was it. And it was a good time. And I was like, wow, like, isn't it so nice to just be like surrounded by beautiful scenery, nature, all these things, and not have that desire to constantly check your phone. So perhaps the solution, at least it was for me, was go to find things that are awe-inspiring, right? Go walk around in nature. Go take a road trip to like a different place and just see new things and expand your mind. And try your best to take a little break from social media and see how that does for you. I know for sure, like okay, so I don't know if you could see it behind here, right there is the game Trouble. I don't know, for you Gen Xers out there, you remember the game Trouble, where it's like these little pieces, these pegs, and a dice underneath a bubble in the middle, and you hit and it makes the dice, roll. And the object is to knock each other out and bring you back to your home. And then you have to start going around the board from scratch. Hilarious game. Anything can happen in this game. This thing was like $10 on Amazon.com. I swear to you, it like can save marriages. Like I've literally given the advice to couples to get the game Trouble and start playing it. And my clients are like, we've spent all this money on therapy and you tell us to get the game Trouble, and like now we're having wine, we're playing Trouble, we're getting flirty with each other. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Just you try whatever to get social again, interacting with one another again. Board games, there are people out there playing cornhole. Like, get outside, get away from your technology. So I guess that's all I have to say for today. I hope this helps you. If you are struggling with any of these things and you just want to vent and you want someone to talk to who can give some solutions, share like what I'm telling my clients to do that they're having some, good fortune with, it's working for them, feel free to reach out to me. In the link below in the description, there's a free Love Life assessment. You can check that out. And feel free to drop your comments with other questions that you might have that I can cover in a future video. All right, until next time, thanks.